Hello YouTubers, my name is X Factor. The Battlefield 4 Naval Strike DLC has hit, and that means balance changes. Armor's always been about a game of angles, as I mess up a perfect opportunity to two-shot the LAV with my HE. Should have been more patient, should have let him pull forward, getting that perfect shot, then chase the second perfect shot. That would have mitigated and canceled out all that extra DPS I just took that my repairman has to take care of, unfortunately, because I messed up. So Armor's always been about the angles, it's always been about the tactics, and tactics have just changed drastically for Armor gameplay, because one of the most common combinations you would see out there was the staff shell, primary shell combination. Didn't matter if it was staff HE, staff Sable, staff AP, you could instantly switch from your primary shell, toggle to staff, and fire it. Insane DPS to Armor, whether it was a tank, LAV, attack boat, does not matter. Would just rock the socks. A lot of these people that would run this combination had no fear. They could simply rush tanks. They didn't have to play from cover. If they got a tank in the open, it was dead. Done. Nothing they could do. Not to mention APS was bugged. So that is dead. On top of that, the staff shell has been nerfed. The damage has been reduced 25%. It literally tickles a tank because they don't have that ability to quick fire their primary or staff then primary. So you literally take a very slow rolling damage, allowing you to pillar the enemy tank, allowing you to use cover and tactics instead of just getting caught in the open and basically shitting the bed, because there was nothing you could do. Within 2 shots you were disabled, and at that point you're already dead. Didn't matter. And there you see a pretty long kill with the Canister, as I'm trying to pick at more people, get some assists, help my gunner. What I found is Canister helps a lot if you've got a very good gunner. If you've got a very good gunner, this allows you to get those one-hit kills. If somebody head glitching you with the law and they're within 30 meters, they're probably dead. Are they trying to lock onto you with the javelin? They're going to be dead. You don't give them the time to get away. And that's what I like about the Canister. They're taking the risk to put themselves out there, and if they're close enough, it is a one-hit kill. And that's a nice thing, because if it's the HMG, you start tickling them, they're just going to change angles, or they're going to heal up, or they're going to go around a different angle and try to surprise you. And that is the downside of the Canister. If I miss, it's a long cooldown before the next one is ready. So I've come across someone using the staff shell post-patch, and it was kind of a funny situation. He died, I had HE, and I only taken 35, 40 points of damage. And in the chat, he quickly said, but I'm using staff shell. What the heck? He didn't even realize the change had come across. And I chose this position here because this is Obliteration. If I were to go all the way around to get closer, we're not going to have a shot. So I'm hoping between myself plinking at this and my gunner who's working with me in VoIP, we can keep the bad guys off the bomb, because they are about to be coming to the bomb in numbers. And you can see the staff shell is not exactly effective at this range. I'm getting some assists for 25, but does it make somebody change their path? Does it make somebody retreat? Is it going to be enough to help a gunner or some guys that are on the hill with assault rifles, carbines, bolt actions? And as you can see, the damage on vehicles is still pretty decent. Now the question is, what kind of damage can I do to a helicopter? Well, it does okay. It's not great, but it does okay. But you give up that long distance damage and that constant damage the HMG can provide you with helicopters and, of course, Jeeps in the game, which gets me in trouble a little bit later. And there you see I get a little bit lucky with the Canister shell as the jet comes down for a strafe. The jet skis are coming in, and we've got enough help. They're down to 1 guy, so time to get out of here, because this isn't exactly the most effective spot. But when it comes to Obliteration, it's about cutting off the angles, stopping the bomb, and not letting them push the bomb to an area in which they have cover or can meet up with Armor or get it in the air and make a push. And this is kind of the in-between area where the Canister can be pretty lethal and do a big chunk of damage. And as you can see, I have multiple locks on me. I'm going to back up, and that's another change that has come to Armor. Tanks specifically have had their traction increased through the roof, which is great, because previous to this, it felt like the tank was a feather. And something as simple as that, although I got the perfect angle there thanks to the new traction, that more than likely would have overspun me. And that could be problematic. Are you trying to creep around the terrain, such as a hill like this, to get a quick angle on a tank? Are you trying to surprise a couple engineers? Is incoming fire coming, and you think you've got a safe route, but you clip a little rock? You used to spin around like a top Sometimes the angle would be simple as 50 to 60 degrees, or sometimes it would be more than a 360-degree turn. And when we're talking about armor, we're always talking about angles. Part of playing armor is mitigating the incoming damage. You want to create an angle on the front. You don't want to give them a rear shot. You don't want to give them a side shot at any angle. You want to take the damage at the front and create an angle. No straight in damage. Minimize that incoming damage. So you're now allowed to be a little bit more aggressive if there's terrain around, if there's holes, if there's little rocks. And I'm not talking boulders. I'm literally talking 1 foot size rocks. And to a tank, that shouldn't be a big deal. And these things handle like tanks now. I can be a lot more confident, aggressive in my positioning, and not worry about is there a pebble or if there's a small angle on terrain next to me. Another change that happened was active protective system is now fixed. It now blocks everything it needs to, including that pesky law spam. And here is me testing the canister out to no avail. 60 damage, not enough. Should have used my primary. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this round of Obliteration. Let me know what you guys think about the new armor changes down below. We'll see you soon, YouTubers.